Hello everyone. In the present video, I will discuss about the Marxian concept of bourgeoisie and proletariat. First, I will explain the Marxian concept of class and how he classified class in the capitalist society. Marx classified classes in the capitalist society on the basis of individuals' relationship with the means of production. What is means of production? Means of production are basically four means of productions: land, labor, capital, organization. So individual's relationship with this means of production determines his or her class position. If individual is the owner of the means of production, then he is the bourgeoisie or capitalist, and if individual is the non-owner of the means of production, that means he is not capitalist. He may be proletariat or maybe any other class. But Karl Marx here mainly categorized the classes in capitalist society into two. Classes he categorized into two mainly: bourgeoisie and proletariat. He has not mentioned about the middle class. And on this very point, neo-Marxism made their own argument and their own narratives that I will discuss in any other video. In this video, I will discuss how Marxism or Karl Marx basically discussed or understood or made a distinction between bourgeoisie and proletariat. Bourgeoisie means capitalist. Capitalist means the owner of the means of production. So capitalist or bourgeoisie is a class who owns the means of production. That means who owns the land, labor, capital and organization. So this land, labor, capital, organization, the four means of production is actually the combination of the production system. Combination makes the production system. So this production system has its owner. So who is the owner of this production system? Bourgeoisie or capitalist. So this class is the owner of the means of production or production system. Make a note of this particular point, that production system. Here means of production refers a mechanism of production, a pattern of production, a system of production. Who owns this system of production or mechanism of production? A particular class, that is bourgeoisie or capitalist. Proletariat is non-owner of the means of production. Proletariat is non-owner. Proletariat don't own the means of production. They basically works for the capitalist or bourgeoisie, and their only asset is their own labor. They works and they invest their own labor and earns their wage, profit, money, salary, or whatever you call. But there may be another class, middle class, which Marx has not mentioned. So that's why I am not discussing this particular issue here. In neo-Marxism topic, I may discuss. So Marx has mentioned about the proletariat and bourgeoisie and how they may have a conflict like situation, or a revolutionary situation may develop in the capitalist society because of the conflict between capitalist and bourgeoisie. So this is a issue which may be discussed in detail. So Marx has mentioned about bourgeoisie and proletariat. So proletariat is the non-owner of the means of production. That means a class who mainly works for the capitalist, who do not have any means of production, and who have their own labor, and they invest their labor, they give their labor for earning money, for earning the livelihood, for earning salary or wage. Now there a question arises, a confusion also arises among the students, among the scholars, that a person who owns the business, can be considered as capitalist, bourgeoisie or not. Here question is not about the business. Here question is about the production system, whether a person is owning this production system or not. Simply ownership of a shop, ownership of a particular house does not make a person or individual proletariat or capitalist. Someone who owns a showroom of a car, someone who owns a supermarket does not make him or her the capitalist or bourgeoisie, because as far as the Marxian idea of bourgeoisie, production system is the important point. So whether this showroom or supermarket is a production system, no, it is a platform of business. Someone is doing business and earning profit. He is an intermediary. He may be categorized into the middle class, white collar middle class. That Marx has not focused. And why Marx has not focused on this particular class and issue, this I will discuss in any other video. So point here is that there is a confusion that if someone who owns a business, someone who owns a shop or a supermarket or a showroom is proletariat, is bourgeoisie, capitalist or not? Of course not. If an individual, if a person owns a small production system, even a small, but if it is a production system, if it consists of all the four means of production, if it produces something, if it produces some products, if it employs some workers to work, and it is a part of the production system, then it can be considered as, then the owner of the production system can be considered as bourgeoisie or capitalist. For example, tea garden. Tea garden is a complete industry, a complete production system. So owner of the tea garden is bourgeoisie or capitalist. Laborers or workers in the tea garden are proletariat. Managers and all other staffs are white collar middle class professionals. So in this way, Marxian idea of the two classes, bourgeoisie and proletariat, we may relate in the present context, in the present society. So whenever, as a student of sociology, we try to use these concepts, bourgeoisie and proletariat, we must keep in mind that whether we are considering a person who is simply doing a business as capitalist or bourgeoisie, or we are taking into account the production system. So here point is the production system. Production system is the focal point. So if a class, a group or individual owns this production system, then this group or individual or person is capitalist or bourgeoisie. If not, then they are proletariat. But if it is a simply business, simply a shopkeeper, simply a owner of a house, owner of a showroom, owner of a mobile shop, or owner of any restaurant, is not the capitalist, is not the bourgeoisie. This is very clear, because this is not the production system. So means of production is employed for production, and it makes a production system, a mechanism of production, and this production system is the part of the entire global market of production, because it is linked to the global market of capitalism. So this is how this concept of bourgeoisie and proletariat we may understand and can apply in our own understanding of the class structure, class stratification in both rural and urban society. So this much is the discussion. Thank you, and I will continue this discussion in the next video, and another important concepts I will discuss in the next video. Thank you.